Wow, I'm going to turn the mic on.
Welcome
to the
celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County.
And
this is Sarah.
And this is John.
And we thank you for stopping by on a Wednesday evening.
Yes, yes. Getting through the week.
It's hump day.
It's hump day.
But man, have you noticed that during the holiday season, the calendar and the events and the stuff, it's just this pace of...
It's frantic.
Right.
It's frantic.
And one thing you may notice about tonight that we were discussing this before we went on is because of the writers' strike.
We're a little at sixes and sevens.
It's
hard on us.
I mean, because
it's terrible.
It is. Hey, what?
We don't we don't even know what we're supposed to be saying. Exactly.
It's just our staff of writers.
It's just they're gone.
But in some ways, it's kind of comical because without these writers, they have nothing to say.
The real talking heads.
Yes, the real talking heads.
Yes.
They have nothing to say.
Because we actually don't have writers.
Now, what is with Katie Couric? Now, tell us what's going to happen with the.
Apparently, very upset because the writers on CBS, where the Democratic debate was supposed to take place, have said that they are going to go on strike or walk off the job during the debate, which means they have no writers. Now, who knew that there were writers during a debate?
I thought there were just little questions.
Little questions that are written beforehand. And,
I mean, it's not a...
Let's face it, Katie Couric can write those on her own, right?
But, I mean, you think that's really highly vetted content, every syllable of those questions, but it's not like it's a lot of verbiage.
No, it's not. And
is it?
So they have decided to cancel the Democratic presidential debate in L.A. Because, and I want to get it...
Or was it the candidates that needed their answers written?
I don't know.
Oh, wait.
It was supposed to be for December 10th.
Yeah.
And the writers at CBS, the news writers, said that they're not going to cross the picket line, although apparently they seem to be doing it right now.
Oh, so they picked that day to show.
They picked that day.
That we are no longer going to...
The big hoopies up at the top of CBS said, we can't go on without the writers, so... Katie Couric won't be monitored because there will be no debate. Moderator.
She can't be perky if there's nobody to tell her what to be perky about?
I guess not.
That's the...
I'm amazed that that they can't, especially news.
Yeah.
They should be able to write it themselves.
Because...
We do.
If there's anything about news, it's a bit event-driven, isn't it? I mean, it's...
all you're doing is saying X happened here and Y happened. Exactly.
Because if you take too much creative license with it, it kind of defeats the whole purpose,
turns into fiction.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
turns into fiction very quickly, actually.
And speaking of news, this one in the end is not quite as big a story as it may have appeared to be. If you were in the southern half of the county, you probably saw literally on probably every law enforcement
around 3 o'clock.
Yeah. About 3 o'clock, you started seeing every law enforcement just streaming,
to the Paris
through Highway 49, take a left, and head up on Highway 4. And you were like, man, what's going on?
What's happening?
Well, we'll tell you.
And we don't even need a script. We don't have a writer to write our script.
I know. These events just kind of unfolded.
Yes, they did.
And we don't think this is fiction. Although some of the exact details will probably change when the report gets written.
That's right.
This is from observations on the scene and also from... we talked to Under Sheriff Mike Walker as he was leaving the scene.
Yes.
Okay, they recovered a stolen vehicle, a stolen pickup from Lodi.
Yes. Well, it was originally from Lodi, but they found it over at Parrots Ferry.
Correct. And our understanding is there was 3 or 4 subjects arrested. And the real little iffy thing is there was initial reports of a shot being fired.
Yes.
And the subjects in the car, we understand, and this may be true in the end, but have said that it was a firecracker that was thrown out. Sorry. That it was a firecracker that was thrown out.
Well, it was a burn day today.
Yes. So what we do know is there was reports of a loud popping noise in the vicinity of this vehicle. So anyway, one of the things that the law enforcement personnel on scene were looking for was a spent round.
Yes,
And if they
shell.
found a round, then obviously it changes the complexity of this a great deal, because then you have shooting at a
police officer.
So then you have the old
that ramps it up to a felony right there.
That's kind of that.
Well,
attempted,
it is a felony.
It's
Grand theft auto is a felony as it is.
Right, but
that makes it extenuating.
But if they found a round, I would guess that they wouldn't be a catch and release from the county jail. Would you think?
Oh no, they would keep.
They would keep them in for a while.
Yes.
All right, but anyway. So. But that's what it was. If you saw, so basically in the South County or in the southern kind of up the hill, Parrots Ferry area,
Road, exactly.
On Cavern Road, off of there was a recovered stolen vehicle, and there was lots of law enforcement personnel on hand.
Yes, there were. And
it's our understanding that since this was an out-of-area stolen vehicle, that CHP is taking the lead on the subsequent
investigation. And so when we know more,
and you'll see, and on I'm sure on TV this will be way too small to see, and you can't really see them because most of the personnel were scattered all the way around up there. But we did zoom in.
That's right.
There you go. So it is our assumption, we may be wrong, that this is probably the recovered stolen vehicle.
Chevy.
It does look like a Chevy.
It's a Chevy truck.
And those all come new with firecrackers, don't they?
That's right, they do.
So if you have
right in the dashboard.
Yeah, you just chuck them out. No, it wasn't. It was not no discharged firearm. It was a firecracker.
That's what they told law enforcement anyway. Until we get the official report, we're still up in the air about it.
And those may change. And like we were saying, we're not trying to make light of this because it's a serious thing. And if it was a discharge of a firearm, but the facts will come out.
Yes.
And we didn't. And this stuff just kind of wrote itself.
That's right. We didn't write it.
It just kind of developed.
We just sort of said it as it was.
Yeah.
That's right. And then we looked at the photograph and found out it was a Chevy.
That's right.
A white
No
Chevy
writing
truck.
needed.
No writing needed.
Or very little.
Very little. Just verbal.
Yes.
Just verbal stuff.
Yes.
So, are you done?
With that story, yeah. So it's your turn.
Well, that was actually the top news story today.
See, and I guess one last little thing is, when this was purely a web show, we used to do dorky things like unpaid product placement sponsors.
Exactly.
So tonight, our unpaid product sponsor is Diet Pepsi.
Yes.
So let's see.
Normally we would have two Diet Pepsis.
Right, but but this is kind of a
we just have
impromptu.
One this time.
So
yes.
let's try it. Let's see.
Let's see what it tastes like.
That's very good.
Does it taste like Diet Pepsi?
It does. It tastes like Diet Pepsi.
Very good. They
yes.
got the mixture just right.
They did, especially on that can.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyway, Bret Harte High School is actually having an e-waste recycling event on December 1st. So in Angels Camp, they will be collecting electronic waste at Bret Harte. Saturday, December 1st from 9 to 4 p.m.
And what comprises e-waste?
Well, it's all the stuff you can't put in the regular waste stream anymore that has an electronic base, like television sets, old computers, monitors, outdated, unusable tech stuff.
And they'll collect it all and send it over to China, where 12-year-olds will
reconfigure it and then send it back to us remade. Yeah.
Just kidding. God, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm in a little punchy tonight. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But
let's see here.
Yeah.
So.
Also, there was another meeting today in Tuolumne County.
But wait, I'm not entirely
sorry.
done.
I didn't mean to step on the segment.
It is a fundraiser for Bret Harte High School. It's $5 per vehicle for recycling of these.
Wow.
These different things. And that is definitely a writer.
Now, it is estimated
to say things.
that over 6 million monitors, televisions are stockpiled in California garages,
closets and stuff. And the electronics will be collected and trucked away to be disposed of correctly instead of in the regular waste stream, because you're not allowed to dispose of these things in the regular waste stream. Do not take them to the transfer station.
Now, do we want
$5
an obscure tangential
Sure.
takeoff on that?
Sure.
All right.
What is your obscure tangential?
There's a company, and this is 3 or 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, there was a company that was over in Oakland that was in the computer recycling business, where a lot of some of these things may end up as. And what they were doing is they were taking these old machines, putting the Linux operating system on them, and turning them into as part of a Beowulf cluster or a cluster of computing. So they were actually building a supercomputer out of recycled, and which they were actually leasing out as far as time. Because there's still clock cycles, there's still computing cycles in here, but so they were actually assembling a cluster of discarded PCs.
Wow, that's very clever.
So they were building a supercomputer
from old computer
out
parts.
of scrap.
Wow. I could actually take an even more obscure tangent off of that, but
Let's
I will
go,
not.
Sarah, go.
No, I will not.
All right.
No,
and I believe,
no.
I don't know what it was, something like they had so many like teraflops or something like that.
Really?
It was actually
terabytes. Or is there a teraflop?
I think teraflop is the computing power model, where like a terabyte is just how much storage or something that you had.
Oh. Wow. Okay. So we all learned something tonight. There's a difference between a terabyte and a teraflop.
Because I did not have a writer.
That's right. To tell you, and
that.
researcher to research that particular word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And today, if you noticed, was a burn day, because I think everybody
was burning something today. You go up the highway, there's a fire here, there's a plume of smoke over there, and after we are pretty quickly coming off of fire season. It's like, woo, my goodness.
I figured it was cold enough today that
that's right.
You were fairly safe, right? And speaking of burns,
that's right. Prescribed.
There is another prescribed burn in the Wrights Creek area scheduled for November 29th. Stanislaus National Forest's Miwok Ranger District is planning to start work on a 400-acre prescribed burn in the Wrights Creek area, located 4 miles south of Longbourn of the Tuolumne River drainage near Fahey Meadow. And so we'll get the smoke from it.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's technically in Tuolumne County, but it's on that side of the river, but it's in that...
The smoke knows no boundaries. That's the thing. It'll travel over here.
So if it's in that drainage, it'll probably drain our way.
Drain our way. So on November 29th, if you see a lot of smoke, that's where it's coming from.
And also, can I... No, go ahead. Did you have another? Okay. Arnold Rim Trail Shorts. A little short piece on the Arnold Rim Trail. Yeah, boy, I mangled that one. This is from Lonnie Allison, who is the trails coordinator for this district. Hey, art folks, it looks like the weather is going to be good for us. I will be getting tools and hard hats together for our new work day, 12/2. I need to have a rough idea of how many tools I'll need to gather up. On the work day, you will need to wear boots, gloves. If you have a hard hat or favorite tool, please bring them. Also bring snacks and water for those who'd like to be able to work on Sunday. See you Sunday at 9:30 a.m. So they're going to have a work day on this coming Sunday.
On the Arnold Rim Trail.
On the Arnold Rim Trail. So, if you would, where's the rest of the... Okay, you know what? I will dig up the phone number for Lonnie and stuff on that while we're...
Okay.
Because since I don't have a writer, I need to go...
Dig that up?
Yeah.
And we were actually going to run the tree decorating.
Oh, we need to do that, don't we?
That's right. See, and that's on his machine. See, we are now getting into the holiday season, the Christmas season. A lot of people have Christmas trees. Some people call them holiday trees now.
Holiday trees.
Whichever you call them, we know that now most people have more than one in their house. They have multiple holiday trees. So there is Janice Dillashaw of Calaveras Lumber is actually the professional tree decorator over there. And she actually showed us how to decorate a tree.
Yes.
And we're going to show you a little video of that.
And so if you want to look at more of that, it is the full version will be on thepinetree.net.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Janice at Calaveras Lumber and our Christmas tree launch, and I'm going to demonstrate decorating a Christmas tree. And I usually start out with the flowers.
Start flowers?
daisies.
There was some news that just popped
News
up
popped up
from one of our writers.
from one of our
Yes,
our
from
local
one of
writers.
our local writers. And local we mean by in the same building or in the
Adjacent
building.
Exactly.
And putting flowers in this tree. So we'll do like a little time lapse here. We'll go a bit farther.
So we can see. See, now she's doing the ornaments.
Really, play with them after you get them on to make them look.
We'll time lapse a little farther. See?
Wow, look
There
at
you
that.
go. Look at that tree go.
And she adds a couple more of the fluffy things.
Wire or
Oh, and a bow.
the Chanel pipe.
And on the site, there's also a video clip on how to make these 7
loop bows.
Down into the tree.
See, I think
and I
you
wrap
have
a
to be
branch
kind of
around it.
wired that way because I've tried it several hundred times and I
You still are like,
still I can get to that 4th or 5th loop and then
that's
it's just
it. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Comes
No.
out. And it
Anyway.
depends on, you know,
We have that, so if you want to know how to decorate a tree quickly, I mean, she did this whole tree in like 5 minutes and it looked really, really nice.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to take you hours and
hours.
hours and hours to decorate that tree. It can...
How many trees do you have in your house at Christmas
None
time?
yet.
Yeah. Well, at Christmas time.
Oh,
on the tree.
Some people already have their trees. That's
I
what's
know.
amazing.
And I hear now it's really kind of passé to
To
only have one
Yeah,
tree.
That's what I said earlier. A lot of people have multiple trees.
What
all
we do
over
in
the
our
house.
yard
Well, yes.
because...
You live in Arnold.
Well, see, there
See, there are
you
trees
go.
there. Trees.
And you have trees in your yard and you live in Murphy's, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
They will not be decorated, though. I will have one tree
There she is.
in my
There's a
passé
tree.
house.
See?
Yes.
Isn't that pretty?
I'm Janice.
Yes. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
she's starting over.
There we
Uh-oh. All right,
There we
more
go.
tree decorating tips.
And
So
we'll
you turn to
probably
the Pine
revisit
Tree and the
these,
Nightly
yes.
News for hard-hitting, cutting-edge journalism.
And tree decorating. And we'll probably
tree decorating tips.
show you these again as we go through the holiday season because they're worth another look
Yes.
every once in a while. So,
And
just to give you a heads up, the Motherlode Youth Symphony is actually playing at Ironstone on December 2nd. And tickets are still available, $10 for adults, $5 for children 12 and under. And let's see, seating is limited. So it's playing on Saturday, December 2nd, and I don't see a time here.
And also, we wanted to say thank you to Tim Muterdes. He forwarded us, and if you've looked on thepinetree.net, and we talked about this on the Nightly News a couple nights ago, this is the slope issue.
Oh, yes.
On driveway slope. And if you want to dig into the nitty-gritty, this is on actual Arnold Schwarzenegger stationery.
Ah,
See, state of California, the recent Arnold Schwarzenegger governor. So
Arnold wrote the letter, huh?
I don't think so.
Arnold wrote the letter.
No, it's from. So anyway, this is actually from Cal Fire. It's dear landowner. This is the actual
The document.
the document that they're going to use as a reference document for the slope issue.
Okay.
And I haven't had a chance to look at it in great detail yet, but I
But it
really
should
didn't
be.
see anything on what a lot of people were concerned about were the mitigations measures that would be allowed on slopes that were greater than 16%,
16 to 21%.
16 to 21%, and is so.
So,
But anyway, this is, if you're looking at this document, and we'll have it up on the pinetree.net after the news, so if you're looking for a definitive document to work from, there
then
you
this
go.
would be the actual the document to download and look at.
And
quite
it even
frankly.
has a little
Eureka on it.
eureka.
Wow.
All right.
That was very nice of him.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for forwarding that on because it adds, it really fills out some of it adds a lot more
The
information to it.
stipulations and the
Yes.
guidelines for those
So if you-
issues that are starting to
So
come
if
up.
you are one of those unfortunate property owners or homeowners that may think, I'm going to go
You're
check
just
my
on the
slope.
edge, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Go check my slope, then it's there.
Okay.
So what else exciting you have over there, Sarah? Any state? See, Sarah's our state news
Supposedly,
guru.
yeah. That's
She's
what
the,
that's what they tell me.
Yes,
That's what
the
they tell
state
me.
news guru.
Well, we have one from the Sacramento Bee. Top Republican lawmakers on Tuesday called on Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger to declare a fiscal crisis to deal with California's looming budget problem. But administration officials said such a move would be premature. We are looking and going into yet another deficit year.
Yet another.
Yet another deficit year.
But see, all the deficits in Calaveras County will be a thing of the past.
That's right.
Because the moratorium's now over, right?
And counties are required to balance their budgets and have them in by a certain time, but the state is not.
Right. And also, one last little bit on the moratorium before we got a little note from the Calaveras County Chamber of Commerce last evening. Mm-hmm. We are happy that the Board of Supervisors today decided to let the moratorium pass away after 1 year, and are hopeful that our Community Development Director, under the direction of the supervisors, will continue to take steps that make sense in the growth of Calaveras County. And that is a quote from Jack Boating, Chamber President.
Chamber President. Yep.
So that's what the Chamber thinks about.
And then one more, it's from the Associated Press. Ford agrees to 4-state settlement in rollover case. Ford Motor Company on Wednesday agreed to settle class action lawsuits covering plaintiffs in 4 states who claimed its Explorers were prone to rollovers. The company and an attorney for the plaintiffs said the settlement applies to about 1 million people in California, Connecticut, Illinois, and Texas.
Can I add one last little bit here? One of the things is we'll be making a few changes to the website, our site, the next few days. The last couple months, we've kept a feed of the active Cal Fire fires on the right-hand side. And basically, if you want to get updates on personnel involved, it's actually been a very nice thing. But since fire season's winding down, we'll probably remove it. So if you want to look at in a quick little manner, obviously you can go to the Cal Fire site and they'll still have them up there. But if you want, the quick reference is this has some of the numbers from even now from still some of the big ones that are from there. So if you want to like the Harris Fire, the Witch Fire, the Slide Fire, all the ones, the big major ones are still stacked in there. This one was last updated. So anyway, just want to let you know it's still up there now, and we'll probably keep it up there for another couple days, and then it'll link over. And what it links over to is the Cal Fire site. We're looking at this one's 5,000 acres near Malibu. This is the one. I don't know if this one was the structure losses.
Homes,
This is the one? I think it may be. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to
check it out.
It'll be on there for another couple of days, and then we'll probably throw in something more festive on the right-hand side rather than fire information. But as of now, it's probably still a good thing to keep for a little bit longer.
For a little bit longer. Okay.
All right.
And then just actually a little bit of federal news. This I thought was really interesting. Was Ron Who? This is from the San Francisco Chronicle. Ron Who?
Oh.
They were a lonely band of rebels until just a few weeks ago, backing the darkest of a dark horse presidential candidate. But with Republican Representative Ron Paul's fundraising on the rise, $4.2 million raised on the internet in one day this month.
Wow, Ron Paul?
And his poll numbers jumping. The Texas congressman might no longer be a who, but a potential problem for leading Republican presidential candidates in key states such as New Hampshire.
Wow.
And there's actually a Ron Paul for President sign in Murphy's.
Yep.
Yes.
And, well, we better go to weather.
Wow, we should.
I mean, at some point.
Yes.
And we do know that it is cold in our studio. Our beautiful broadcast studio. That's here in Arnold, right?
It's chilly. Keeps us awake. Since our writers are gone, we have to keep more on our toes.
Yes, without those writers,
we just I tell you.
And in all the staff that does things like the back rubs and the other things off camera to really
handing us our water
to really make this
breaks,
this thing. Oh, there aren't any commercial breaks.
That's
are there?
right.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Hey.
But so we've struggled through threw another one to make
Yeah,
it.
to make it work.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And to paraphrase local MC of note, Doug Brown, at last year's Grape Stomp, not this year's, the quote of the day was they're working hard to make it work.
That's
right.
right. That's right.
And that's the
working hard to make it work.
and that's the Doug Brown quote for tonight.
And this is the Arnold weather for tonight. Tonight, mostly clear with a low of 38 degrees. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 56 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 47 degrees. And Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 43 degrees.
Bear Valley tonight, a low of 30 degrees, a high of 46, a low of 25. And I guess we should probably, point to our screen, right?
Yes.
A low of 25. And also on Friday night,
A low of
18 degrees
Woo,
on
that's
Friday
chilly.
night. That's
That's
good
close to
snowmaking
Bangor,
weather.
Maine.
That's
Yes.
good snowmaking weather. Well, the low of 21 on Saturday night. It looks like on Saturday, the high will be below freezing of a high of 31
look at that. They
degrees.
can
Now
still make
that
some
is
snow.
so that looks like a good snowmaking day.
That's right.
All right.
And Murphy's weather, Thursday sunny with a high of 64 degrees. Friday mostly sunny with a high of 58 degrees. And Saturday mostly sunny with a high of 54 degrees.
Angels Camp / San Andreas. Well, because it's about that same altitude. All right. Low of 35 tonight, 62 tomorrow for the high, 35 and 56, 31 and 53, and 33 and 56 to take us through Sunday.
Wow. Copperopolis weather, Thursday 64 degrees. Friday 57 degrees. And Saturday 53 degrees, mostly sunny on those days.
For our friends and viewers in Maine, 29 degrees for the high today with a 22-degree low. 38 with some snow showers and a 27-degree low tomorrow. 36 and 15. And Saturday is 26 and 11.
Oh,
not quite single digits,
wow, almost.
Yes.
That is cold. Woo, very
Yep.
cold. And Valley Springs, Thursday 61 degrees. Friday 57 degrees. And Saturday 53 degrees. Mostly sunny on those days.
but mostly
Mostly sunny.
All right. We thank you for stopping by. We really do. And again, this afternoon, if you saw law enforcement personnel descending upon the Parrots Fair area, they were after 3 or 4 suspects, and they recovered a stolen vehicle. And there were initial reports of a shot being fired, but that is yet to be
Determined.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Have a good
We
night.
hope you have a good night. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night. We will.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.